Okay, let's talk about a seriously powerful SEO strategy. It's called the Content Cluster Model. Now, I know that might sound a little complicated, but you got to stick with me here because we're also going to check out a new tool that makes the whole thing unbelievably simple.
So let me ask you something, and be honest. Does this sound familiar? You're creating fantastic content. You're pouring your heart into it, but you still feel like you're completely invisible on Google. You're doing all the work, but the traffic just isn't coming. It's an incredibly frustrating place to be, right? Well, here's the thing. The secret to fixing this isn't just about cramming more keywords onto your pages. That's old school SEO. Today, the real goal, the thing you should be aiming for, is what we call topical authority. You need to prove to search engines like Google that you're not just some random voice, but a genuine, in-depth expert on your subject. You want Google to think of you as the go-to source.
So, how in the world do you build that kind of authority? Well, the answer is all in how you structure your content. So let's get right into the solution, the content cluster. A content cluster is basically just a really smart way of organizing your website's content. It all starts with one huge, comprehensive central article. We call that your pillar page. Think of it like your ultimate guide to a topic. And then you create a bunch of smaller, more focused articles about related subtopics. Those are your clusters. And here's the most important part. They all link back to that main pillar page and even to each other. Probably the easiest way to picture this is to think of a little solar system. Your massive pillar article, that's the sun, right at the center of this topic's universe. And your cluster articles are all the planets, each one exploring a specific piece of the topic, all of them orbiting that sun. And what holds this whole system together? Well, it's the gravitational pull of all those internal links. And the benefits of building your content this way are just massive. You're not just trying to rank for a single keyword anymore. You're building authority across the entire topic. People who visit your site stay longer because they're clicking from one interesting article to the next, which sends a huge signal to Google that your site is valuable. You're basically drawing a really clear, logical map of your expertise that search engines absolutely love to follow. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking right about now. This sounds incredible, but it also sounds like a ton of work. And you know what? You're not wrong. Manually researching all the right keywords, figuring out all the subtopics, planning where all the links should go, it can literally take hours, sometimes even days. It's the #1 reason most people don't do it.
But what if you could just skip all that? What if you could automate that entire planning process? This is where we bridge the gap between a great strategy and actually getting it done.
So let me introduce you to your new secret weapon. It's called the SEO Content Cluster Assistant, and it was designed for one reason: to completely eliminate that huge research roadblock we were just talking about. So what is it? Simply put, it's a free AI assistant that does all of that heavy lifting for you. It takes your main keyword, analyzes everything around it, and then automatically builds that whole sun and planets diagram. It just generates the entire content plan for you. And what does an AI tool that automates one of the most tedious, time-consuming parts of modern SEO cost you? Yep, that's a zero. It is completely 100% free to use. Now, powerful and free sounds great, but it often comes with complicated. Is that the case here? Nope, not at all. Let's walk through just how easy it is to go from a single keyword to a full-blown content strategy. Seriously, the process could not be any easier. First, you just type in your main keyword, that's the sun for your content solar system. The AI then goes to work analyzing all the related topics and what users are actually looking for. Then, poof, it generates outlines for all your planet articles. And to top it off, it even suggests all the ideal internal links to connect everything together. And just like that, your entire roadmap is done. And who's this really for? Well, it's perfect for anyone who's serious about their content. We're talking SEO pros, content marketers, bloggers, you name it. But maybe the best part is that you absolutely do not need to be a tech expert to use it. The whole thing is super user-friendly. If you can come up with one keyword, you can build a whole strategy with this tool. All right, so let's put this all together. Why is a tool like this more than just a nice little time saver? Why is it a true game changer for how you approach your content? Here's the real payoff. It completely automates the most boring part of the job:
saving you an incredible amount of time and brain power. It directly helps you boost your rankings by creating that deep, interconnected content structure that Google is actively looking for. And it's built to play nice with other tools you might already be using, like AI writers.
Looking at this comparison really brings the point home. The old way? Hours and hours of manual research, spreadsheets, and a lot of guesswork. The new way? You give it one keyword, and in about a minute, you have an AI-generated, data-driven content plan. It takes something that was slow and expensive and makes it fast, automatic, and totally free. So I'll just leave you with this one final question to chew on. When you look at the old way versus the new way, is your content strategy really working as hard or as smart as it could be? Because with tools like this out there, maybe it's time to let the AI handle the grunt work of planning so you can get back to what you do best, creating amazing content.